This is our oldest daughter, Erin. This is Joseph. We call him Jop. This is Hark. We call him Hark. And this is my wife, Karen Wendell, or Corinne Wendell, or Wendy.
He doesn't know my name yet.
Or Mommy.
Or Mom. I'm waiting to see if he knows. 15 years. Ask her. She'll know. She's 14. So that's how we remember. He's kind of a project in himself right now. I'm working on my kids right now.
Yeah.
We're trying to grow these kids. It's working. It works. Some of the schools should try it. He's ready for college. We're in middle school here, and we're still in elementary school here. It's a broad range here.
It's not like there should be anything necessary to prepare. I believe what I believe. You know, I have the Constitution locked into my head pretty solidly, and that's my platform. There are people that say you should memorize things and have speeches ready, and you know, I've just never done that. And I think it doesn't read very well when you have speech writers and other people trying to prepare you, and you have these sound bits and attacks and so on that you unleash on people in a practiced fashion. I don't like that, but that's a personal style thing, and voters have to make up their minds what they want. After the swearing in, after I swear an oath to the Constitution of the United States and of Indiana, I would get to doing just that. I would start enforcing those contracts as written. And what that means is that I'd have to, you know, get in front of the lawmakers and you know, stand in front of the General Assembly, get as many people who are in office in Indiana together and tell them, guys, we've had a mandate unlike any other in Indiana history. We're going to do these constitutions. Well, we have to cut things massively for all kinds of reasons, not just because they're unconstitutional, but because economically it's just going to be necessary to do this. We just are not in the same position. We can no longer afford the parasitic drain that we've had from government. We just have to start chopping things dramatically in order to recover some of what America was all about. And that means there are several agencies that are going to have to go. We'll have to replace them with something. And I can't, you know, I can't pull, obviously, the things people depend on out from under them without having other agencies like voluntary associations and churches there to pick up the pieces. So, you know, we have to get our society together. But if I were to be elected, what that would mean is that people are ready for a change, and that they understand that what the political promises that have been made have been just really mortgaging our future deeper and deeper, and we're getting more and more in hock. And with the you know, national debt now well over $10 trillion, which is, you know, we're getting close to $40,000 for every man, woman, and child in America, which is just the national debt. Plus you add our personal debt, plus you add the unfunded mandates and taxation, regulation, litigation that's choking us to death. We have to put the brakes on. We have to. Well, this is largely to foreign banks and foreign debts. This isn't even just American mortgages. You know, people have all the wrong ideas. We've believed more lies. And essentially this was an artifact of over-legislation. You know, people have been throwing around terms like mark-to-market, and there's a kind of an awakening understanding that our politicians got us into this position. And to trust them to fix it is probably not a very good idea. They really sold us a bill of goods. This, to me, is a major criminal move. It's obviously unconstitutional. But to reward the people who made terrible mistakes, and in fact, you know, bail out people who have investable assets and make people who don't have that kind of money pay for all of it, that's just absolutely criminal. This is a terrible thing. I'm actually running for the job to wield the sword of state, which is a very limited role that I think, you know, I wish more Christians would take that as a responsibility to wield government power with responsibility and restraint. But, you know, you think about what the basis for this nation was all about. It really kind of depended at least not on being Christian, but the Christian ethic, the self-governing, the basic living societal ethics, that was understood to be required for this constitutional design to work. I'm not going to make a big deal out of my personal faith, but I'm also not going to hide it, because it does. I want people to understand that I will act on my faith, and it's not like I separate these things out. This is my religion and this is my politics, because my politics does come out of my faith. And a good part of the the basis for the Constitution came out of the same book that I use as my reference. So if it's if I talk about the role of government, I don't look at just the constitutions, because there are cases where the Constitution is somewhat silent, and you always have to have some understanding of what a politician is thinking and where he's coming from. And I think it's useful for people to know that I do have a Christian underpinning, and my decision-making process would, I hope, in my better moments, be based along the lines that are mandated by the Christian faith. Well, half would have to go as fast as we can make it possible. Spending has to be cut before the taxes, and so I can't say that I'm just going to cut taxes, because other things have to go. And as I'm going to lay out as carefully as possible what things have to be cut and how I want to do it, my intention is to massively cut things out of government, because a lot of it's unconstitutional. And then that would mean that taxes would be cut massively also. And that's not just property tax, that's sales and income tax. Well, not meaner, much nicer. Well, what we're talking about is restoring the civility, really, that used to make this nation work. Massive simplification of taxes. So I can't say that certain taxes would be wiped out, in so much as I'd be sort of combining things together. Sales tax should be sales tax. There is no authority in the Constitution for assigning this is a good product, this is a bad product, this is a sin, this is not. Sales tax should be sales tax. And I would favor massively simplifying the way sales tax is levied and collected. But all of that requires massive reorganization of government as well, because we have too many compartmentalizations and ways of saying this tax money goes here and this tax money does not go there. That really isn't the way the Constitution lays out the budget. We have it way wrong in terms of our expectation of what to get out of government, because it's not been a good bargain. We're not getting what we think we're getting from government.
How far is it to Indianapolis?
From here, about 1 million votes. Oh.